Autistic spectrum disorder, more commonly known as autism, is a developmental disability caused by differences in the brain.
It's caused my outlook to be very different from my peers. It's, I don't know fully because I've always had it. It's not like it's just been like a switch one day to the next. It's not like I woke up with it. I've always had it, so I might not know as much as my peers might, but I've definitely had a unique outlook, and I've had a tougher experience for sure than most of my peers, I'd say.
According to the British Medical Association, it is estimated that around 700,000 people in the UK have autism, and 1 in 100 children also have autism.
It's affected, I guess the way I see things really, so or how I work out things really. Usually when the other kids in the class, whenever they're working out their work and all that, I tend to do it a bit differently.
Something very interesting to note about autism is how it is a spectrum disability. So that means that it has a very wide range of ways that it can affect people.
Struggle. Also, some teachers didn't always understand. So we had some teachers that believed it was naughty boy syndrome and stuff like that. A very archaic view, but one that was held nonetheless.
A common way that autism affects people is that it makes it a whole lot harder to understand social situations. Things like body language and social cues are far harder for an autistic person to gauge than someone that does not have autism. To help better understand the perspectives of those with autism, I spoke to 2 students of Stroud College who both have autism.
I guess the challenges I've faced is really trying to fit in with other people but also trying to build up my confidence of how I interact with people and all that. Usually when I was younger I'd be a bit weird and all that, I'd do random stuff, say random things, whereas now I think I'm a bit more confident with how I talk to people now.
I've faced a lot of challenges, so because I'm so different, I got bullied a lot for all sorts of stuff. Because I've got autism, ADHD, OCD, sensory deprivation disorder, and a whole list of them. Honestly, it's baffling. And I got bullied a hell of a lot, especially for the autism side of it. So that was a struggle. I struggled in general with work, so I can't always focus on one thing at a time. So it's very hard to do stuff like exams and GCSE subjects when you can't do that. So
I also asked them about the support that they received from school and college to help them get through the education system.
So I was very lucky. So I had a lady that fought for my support from a very young age, and I was given a learning support system. I was given extra time, 25% extra time in exams, which helped me so much in the end. I was given funding for certain stuff like a bursary. I was just given a lot more opportunities in that respect than I would have been if it hadn't been spotted.
So I was given extra support by teachers, so they would, whenever I'm doing the work, when the teachers explain the work and they set us off to do it. Usually I would have someone there just give me a brief overview of what we're doing again, and just basic support from the teachers really, but a bit extra. I guess for me personally, I don't think I really needed any more extra support. I think the support I got was pretty good, to be fair.
I wish I would have been explained to what I've got and how it would affect me, because it seemed to change quite a bit, and it meant that I had to sort of figure it out as I went along. So a therapist or something like that from an earlier age might have been very helpful. There's so many people out there, and you never know what's going on in their head, what's going on in the background. So if someone's acting a bit immature, if someone's not being very close, if someone's being very distant, you don't know what that factor is, what's causing that. So you've got to be tolerant and accept that that person will tell them you in their own time if they want to, and if not, it's their life. So just be tolerant of it.
I guess not to be afraid of people who are different really, because at the end of the day we're just people really, we just see the world differently, and that's about it really.